A recent article on the Spruce blog decided to break down the right and wrong way to ask someone for a favor. They said asking for a favor can sometimes be awkward or uncomfortable, but that there are ways to make it easier. For example, be polite, but also be direct about what you want. Avoid guilting the other person into doing it. And finally, if they say no, accept it, move on. So, ladies, I want to know, how would you go about asking someone for a favor?
For me, like you said when you were setting this up, being direct is really a great way to go, but also knowing when to go, when to ask. Don't ask them when they're stressed out. If you're asking for money, don't ask them when they're complaining that they don't have enough. And I think you always also have to come in and say why you're asking them for the favor. I think you're setting up something positive. Like, I know you would really listen to this. I know you're a responsible person, so you'd get it. Out of all
Is that
my
like
friends,
guilting
I feel
them
like,
now?
oh, that's interesting, Adrian. I don't think it's guilting them, but it's almost saying like, it could be. Look at her, she's like this.
A little bit.
It could be.
A little bit.
A little bit, but it's like
I
setting up
think
the
you're an
positive before you
empathetic
say the
person
negative.
that likes to help people. I think
Right, exactly.
I think you are kind enough to want to help me.
All
Just
right,
buttering
maybe-
them up a
maybe
little
that's
bit.
what
I
I'm
get
doing.
it.
Yeah, I think it's knowing the right time and feeling like, you know this person well enough that they will give it some real thought, you know?
Yeah.
I think that when it comes to asking favors, it depends on the person. If it's a friend or a family member, yes, being direct and starting off with why you are selecting them out of everybody else this favor is helpful. But I think also in general, it's nice to apply your responsibility to it. For example, if you're borrowing money, already have a plan of when you're going to pay them back and how you're going to pay them back. Showing that you have
Yeah,
plans
money
on how
is-
you're going to make up the favor definitely helps instead of just, sitting with this handout. And I notice in these times too, there's such a surge of entrepreneurship. I notice a lot of founders and inventors and people who need the help of influencers or celebrities can tend to ask a lot of favors. For me, I tend to answer the favors of people who have a responsible way of asking for it. Like, for example, I'll get asked, like, Jeannie, can you mentor me? That's such an open-ended favor. I have no idea how much time you're asking me to commit to you. How much of my needs do you want? Am I driving over to your house? Are you coming to mine? Like, what is that? But if someone says, hey, can I jump on the phone with you, Jeannie, to ask you some business questions for 20 minutes of your time? I'd love to take you out for dinner afterwards. It's not that the dinner is necessary, but I love that you capped it with exactly the need so I can really figure out if that's something I can feasibly do for you. So whenever you ask a favor
Yeah.
from somebody, especially if it's help, don't leave it open-ended. Like, respect
That's
the
being
person's
direct.
time, know what you're asking for, and make
Yeah.
sure that it's something that's actually
Yeah.
tangible.
That's being
Yeah.
direct. That's
My
like
husband-
That's
I
being
tell
direct.
people, if you ask me for money, if you know you ain't gonna pay it back, say, I don't have that money to pay you back. But maybe I could
honest.
do something to help you out.
Right.
Maybe I can,
Say that part.
I mean, it's
Say
like,
that
don't,
part, yes.
say something, but don't just, don't sit here and lie. That's what makes
Right.
me say no. When you sit there and you know you gonna lie. I had one friend say, I need $7,000 and he go to payment plan. I'm like, that's a lie. I know you're not gonna pay it back. And I'm gonna give it to you because I'm gonna show you that you're not gonna pay it back. And she did.
Oh, wow.
And so now I don't have to ask her.
wow.
I don't have to give her anything again. That's the thing.
When it
I
comes
don't
to
have
money-
to give it to her.
But when it comes to
When
money,
it comes to
sometimes
money-
if you know the person, you have to go, okay, I know I'm not gonna get this back. This is not a loan. This is a gift. Like some family members, you know you're not gonna get it back. So you're like, you know what? I know it's a gift. And you gotta give
That's
it that
supposed to
way
be
because
direct.
and otherwise
Yeah. Let
you'll
me
be
tell you.
resentful.
Y'all need to pray for me because literally my
Why?
husband has asked me a million times, Adrian, how much has pride and fear of embarrassment cost you in life? And it actually made me sit down and go, oh, wow. Guys, I have to be honest with you. I don't think I could ever ask someone for money. And that doesn't mean I may not need it. No, I'm talking about I may be in dire need, starving, and my pride won't allow me to ask a favor. Even as of recent, like I will never ask a favor for myself. If I ever were to ask a favor, I swear it would have to be for someone else. Like Jeannie did a huge favor for me for my sister's birthday and got someone that she knew to wish my sister a happy birthday. it took Israel literally like, he's like, it's Jeannie, just call her, she'll help you. And it was that moment, actually, Jeannie, that I literally was like, oh wow, like I really could just ask somebody, and you did it for me the same day. Like you called the person, you got the like I was blown. You know how many messages I sent you thanking you because I was blown away
Yes.
because I don't do stuff like that. Like I
Adrian,
never
is
ask
your-
for favors.
Is your mom like that?
Yeah, my mom is like that.
Well, now I want to know who the person was.
I
is
don't know
it?
if she wants me to tell the person.
Yeah,
Leslie
yeah, no,
Jor-
he loves it. Leslie Jordan. Leslie Jordan is a good
And my
friend of mine.
sister
He
loves him,
did
and
this
I love him.
beautiful
Yeah.
favor of
He's
sending
so
her a happy
funny.
birthday
Wishing
message.
my sister a happy 40th. It was. You don't even understand. She cried. It was a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Adrian,
But
I want to
thank
tell you
you.
this: for anybody
Yes.
out there who either never asks for favors like Adrian or feels super terrible and apprehensive about doing it, I want you to know two things. One is, for those of you who never ask for favors, when you do, people who love you would jump at the chance to help you. So when I heard that for you, Adrian, I was like, done. Don't even worry about it because I want to help you, but you are the type to not ask for help. And then number
was
two,
so hard.
for people who are afraid to ask, know that there are people out there who really like helping others. They actually feel good. That's why a lot of
Yeah.
people are afraid to ask for donations and things like that. When people have a chance to help, they actually want to do anything they can. So
See,
give
like, I
people that
could
blessing. You're
never.
blessing them by being able to help you is what I'm saying. It's not just about
Right.
you. It made me feel good to help you. So you did something for me.
Munchkin,
Thank
if you
you.
ever need some money, go ask Garcelle.
Yeah, Garcelle.
Good to
Garcelle's
know.
the best person.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally, I don't know how
And
people
if you're
do it. Like, guys,
homeless,
I know this sounds dumb.
Go live at
I
Garcelle's
don't
if
know-
you're homeless.
This is true. Also,
You can
guys,
come
how do people
anytime.
set up GoFundMe's? Do you guys ever wonder, like,
Oh,
I couldn't
Can-
do it. What's wrong with me? Like,
can I tell you?
and trust me, it ain't like I ain't never been broke. Oh, I've been broke.
Oh,
And I
we've
will
all have.
starve. No, I've been so broke before, like in a relationship where I paid for meals, or I would say I just wasn't hungry just because I didn't want the man to, like, mine is
Right.
extreme. Like, I've literally gone to dinners with the man, and because I didn't have money, I said I wasn't hungry just so he wouldn't pay for me because I had this mentality of like, it's just so ridiculous. I recognize that, but I can't stop.
Pride, girl, let it go.
Aw.
If you need help, ask for help. If you know that there's somebody, just do it the right way. That's all it's about. It's not a,
That's
don't
right.
be ashamed. If you need the help,
Don't be ashamed.
ask
We've
for
all
it.
been
You never
through
know
it.
what'll happen.
All right, now I'm sure most of us would be admitting to loving a good filter of Facetune, right? Any of those filters that make you post that post on Instagram? Well, check this out. A recent Women's Health article said that these filters are killing women and young girls' self-esteem because we look at pictures on social media so much that we actually start to think that's what normal really looks like. And then when we look in the mirror, we don't like what we see because it doesn't look like that major filtered picture on the gram. In fact, some people are advocating that these apps do away with filters for good. So ladies, I'm curious to ask if you'd actually prefer these apps getting rid of them so that everybody could be filter free. Would you still be up on the gram after that?
Yes. Yes, I come on TV every day without a filter. So yes, I would still be on Instagram. I
Actually,
would still
it
be
is
on
a
the
filter.
gram.
Television
What?
is a filter.
This whole lighting is a filter.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a
not
filter,
normal
honey.
lighting.
Believe me.
Yeah.
I've seen some people on TV. Ooh.
I'll just be ugly and that's fine.
You can never be ugly.
Thank you, Garcelle. But seriously,
On the-
I
on
actually
the
think that this
inside,
would be
you
a
could
wonderful thing. Shut up, Johnny. I think that this could be amazing. My sister and I just recently had conversations about the fact that we've never seen what this generation is going to be. We've never experienced a generation that grew up with social media. This is the
Yeah.
first ones, and we don't know how they're going to turn out. So we saying a prayer for them, but we don't know the neurological damage of one, being on your phone all day. Two, we don't know what this does to young girls' self-esteems and how they feel about what they look like and the reality of, what's real, what's not. There's so much that we don't know about the impact that social media will have on this generation. So
Yeah.
I say do away with the filters. It would be less pressure on
I
me.
like the filters, but would I get off completely if there weren't any filters? I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, we would go to a club and we'd be dancing with, some guys and we'd think, oh my God, they're fine as hell. And at the end of the night, the lights come on and you're like, what the hell? Right?
Yes.
Nowadays, we don't have that because everybody looks beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Tiny waist, big booty, guys got pecs. And I do feel like I was just having this conversation yesterday that I feel bad for young girls because I feel, and boys, because the expectation is so high
Yeah.
that,
So
you know,
unrealistic.
not everybody is photogenic, not everybody is, you know, beautiful. And I think
Yeah.
we have to get back to like your personality and who you are and what your goals are and what your integrity is. But I have to say, if I had one thing that they would take out instead of filters, it would be likes. I think likes put too much demand on people. I think kids are doing all kinds of things to get likes on social media, from jumping off a cliff to doing all kinds of crazy things that, for me, do away with likes and I'd be okay.
I mean, I feel like, oh, shoot. Oh, you know, this is what it is. We're living in this age now where
That's it.
people are being influenced by some silly, silly things. But to punish everybody, I mean, there are those of us that know that, you know, hey, it's a good filter. And then when you walk away, you're a tree monster. Let the tree monsters live. That's what I say. Why?
Let the tree
Why
monsters
I
do-
agree with
live.
you.
You know,
I agree with you.
because you know,
why
you
is
have
my
your-
filter affecting your emotions and your
Yes.
perspective on the world? You do you. I'm not walking out here hoping you're gonna look like my gram. I know that the gram is an app. I know that it's your highlight reel. I know that you've got a million apps on it.
Exactly.
I'm not walking through this world like, oh my God, I'm sad. Everybody's ugly. Like it's not that serious. You know what I mean? So I think if people enjoy a good filter, if you're gonna make your sunset look better, if you're gonna make your outfit more popping, whatever, it's not a big deal. I do also appreciate though, if we get rid of them, I do appreciate a good before and after. You guys know some of those grams
Yeah.
that all they do is post
Yes.
the before filter and the after.
Yes.
I love it. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. So I
Wait,
personally
there are Instagram
would
accounts
enjoy,
like that?
Yes.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
ones, girl.
Girl,
I'll
send
you
it to
some
me in the
DM.
DM.
Oh,
I
it's
wanna
so
see.
good, so good. It's lethal though. It'll be people with the same famous bikini shot that went viral, but somebody took it from like just another camera a little bit to the left,
Yep.
and you see it, and you're like, oh.
Yep. And you
Okay,
can
like,
see
ooh,
I see
pre-booty and after booty.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's
I
that
think
too.
it's so funny.
And just
It's what
remember,
Mama Mai says.
the looks is one thing, but that personality.
Yes.
That's what matters,
They
Adrian.
ain't no
Your
filter for your
personality.
ugly spirit.